What influence does your environment have when you're writing or developing projects for classes?
Well, I'm the kind of person that I really like to interact with my environment when I'm trying to be creative. I like to get up, walk around, look around me, kind of see. I like to see a lot of different colors and things. And so it kind of deters me a little bit if I'm working at home, where I get, just my boring same old stuff that, it has meaning to me, but it doesn't really elicit anything new or inspires me. And so when I work in kind of a new environment, like a coffee shop where things are constantly changing and going on around me, then it kind of motivates me to, look around a little bit, take in my sights, and then I kind of get a little bit of spur of motivation or, creativity, and it kind of gets me going and gives me that short little break in between my work, and then I kind of come up with something maybe I might not have otherwise.
Great. When you're doing homework or projects for class, do you find that certain places, objects, or even physical movements help you think or come up with good ideas?
Absolutely. I really like to do a lot of hands-on, and so when I'm planning, I'm always writing things out. How do I want to say what I want to say? What order do I want to do it? And so I use a lot of, whiteboards. I use a lot of sticky notes, and so, I'm constantly moving around, trying to figure out how I want to construct what I want to say, what do I want to get across, things like that. And so I'm a really visual type of person, and so I like to use a lot of props, sort of, to figure out what I want to do and how I want to say it.
Great, cool. So let's call that behavior play, since we normally don't associate it with academic writing and thinking. Now, how does the Nichole studio space, for example, the design, the layout, and the colors, facilitate play when you write or design projects for class?
I think the Nichole Studio is a great place to, inspire that type of creativity. I mean, because we've got, all these great whiteboards, and we have all this space that, people can really lay out their ideas and even collaborate with each other. And I really like coming in and seeing what other people have left. And it's kind of a good opportunity. Even before I start working, I kind of, just walk around, see what other people have done, and just, seeing their creative process gets me I want to be creative too. And so, I'll build on to what they've used even, like if I see, for instance, a study guide of someone learning about biology, I might see, okay, well, how did they study? What did they write down? What's the theme behind it? How can I apply that to, what I'm trying to study or what I'm trying to write now? And so I think that it's really great in the Nichole Studio. It's a good opportunity for students to build off of each other and kind of even indirectly learn from one another.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me of the creative concept of piggybacking.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. I know, I'm a piggybacker. I really am. I'm always, looking at other people's ideas and saying, oh, this was a great idea, how can I use this? And even if it's not anything related to my field of study.
Yeah, that's great. So, could you discuss how available technologies like touchscreen monitors, the furniture, and dry erase boards facilitate and encourage play in the composition process?
Sure. I think it's great to have this type of space that's so malleable because, every day that I come in, sometimes it's different. The chairs are in different places, the tables are different, the couches are different, and I think it kind of has that openness to, explore and kind of change your environment a little bit. So you could come in with a group of 20 people and, make yourself a space so you don't have to feel confined by, a classroom or a cubicle or, just whatever. At the library, you don't really want to move the chairs away from the tables they belong to, but in here it's acceptable for that. And so I think it's, a really free and open environment.
So, as you know, the Nichole Studio has movable tables and chairs, and also has a variety of spaces. For example, the breakout rooms, the greenhouse, and the invention space, which we're in. How do you think these resources and spaces, together and independently, encourage you to play as you are working on projects?
Well, I really like that the Nichole Studio has the presentation space, and I'd never seen that before until I came here. And so I think that's a really great invention for students who, you know, like me, where I get really nervous when I'm doing a presentation. And so it's a good opportunity to stand in front of even just a camera and, you know, pretend like you're in front of an audience and have that camera on you and look back and say, you know, oh my gosh, look at all these things that I do when I present. And so, you know, that type of space is very unique, and it's something that is worth taking advantage of. And as far as the, you know, invention space that we're in now, it's just a really good place to collaborate with other people and, you know, develop ideas. And it's, you don't really feel like, you know, you have to work really hard when you're in here, but really, as you're just playing around, you know, and coming up with ideas, you really are working hard. You just don't really notice it because it, you know, seems like it's just a fun place to experiment and, you know, mess around.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you.